for the hatred of men, the hatred of manhood, masculinity. So when you look at the biblical worldview, right, you have the story of Adam and Eve. So let's go with Adam. The scriptures teach that he was made in the image of Yah. He was made in the image of Yah. Okay? So he would have the traits. What are some of the traits? The man had a project, the Garden of Eden. He was working, he was productive, producing, naming, you know. And when we have the story of Eve, she's an extraction from man for the purpose of man. Okay? Man needs to help me. Let me make him a woman, put the man to sleep, extract a rib so the woman comes from man. Okay. So now we have a man that represents the image of Yah on this earth. We have a man that's a representation of that. And then we have his help meet. Somebody to boost him up, boo him up. Yah, you got this. Let me help you out. I got you. And some of y'all know when you got a good woman, yes, daddy, you feel like, yeah, I can conquer the world. Okay? But then what happens is we have an enemy of man. An enemy of man. So an enemy of man reaches out to the woman and tempts her to say, hey, you can be like gods. Forget being human. You can be like gods. You're going to know some things that you never know. So I'm going to teach you. So then she participates. So that's her crime. She desires something great. That's Eve's crime right there. She's like, okay, goes for the fruit. She eat that fruit. Things turn bad. What's a man's crime? He takes heed to the instructions of the female that came out of him instead of following the rules of his maker. So he complies. Instead of leading, he gets led to. Okay? So now the enemy of Yah hates the image of Yah and attacks him using the helpmate. I believe when you look at the Apocryphas, you're going to see how Eve was instrumental to helping man. But the DNA nature of the female changed from that on. For the female nature, for her to be a helpmeet to a man, she has to submit to the man and the Most High. She's got to love the Most High and submit to the male. If she fails to love the Most High and submit to the man, she is an enemy of Yah and the image, which is the man. Women can put on a good front in terms of smiling and good nature. How many women are married to men that they hate? They actually hate the man that they're married to. How many women are going on dates with men they actually don't even like, but they just want food? So she can use her. She knows what the man needs. She knows that he desires that affection. She knows that her beauty is alluring to him. And she puts it forth, and it becomes a honeypot, really, a trap. And then when he is invested in her, she actually don't like him. So she's trying to destroy him. So now, who is trying to destroy the image of Yah? Who hates the Most High? Which then tells me that a lot of women are instrumental, hand in hand, working with the enemy of the Most High to destroy the man. How many marriages when they end and the woman don't like to see your children? I'm going to go with that first because I experienced that firsthand. How many times you learned that, hey, you were doing all these things for her? She's like, I didn't ask you to do that. And you could have bought this woman from the projects, from nothing, from the shanty compounds with nothing. And you could have raised her to be a doctor because you paid for her because you saw potential, or a nurse or some type of course and skill. And she could say, well, downplaying, spitting on your efforts. And these stories are very common. And whenever a man gonna come out and say that, oh, who hurt you? Oh, they're trying to downplay and gaslight you. when the truth is very evident. You gotta not have a heart to move that way. You gotta hate the subject that you're talking to, loathe it, look down on, spit on it, to think that way. So in the image of Yah, man's created. Man's got to help me, which was supposed to be loyal to him. And the loyalty, I don't know how long before she ate the fruit, but I believe that this, because of the nature, the fruit, the submission to the serpent, according to the story, the submission to the serpent, the DNA was rewritten. When the nature, when a woman leans into her nature now, her nature is not a help meet to a man. If the environment is just tuned just right, if the environment has been tuned just right, she isn't gonna submit to the wrong powers, and she'll come at you as a man. She'll marry you, she'll kiss you, she'll have sex with you, but she hates you. Now you could say, "Well, that's a bit rich." You know, I have a wife, I've been married. Cool. But we look at patterns. We're not just looking at patterns in the West. It's happening in Africa too. Why did they have to change the law in Kenya that if a woman has to divorce a man, she takes out the things that she came with? Because before, even in Kenya, women were starting to run amok in terms of divorce. Why? If she's your helpmate, it don't matter about the money. If she helped me, she should be marrying you for you. If she should help me, she shouldn't be taking you for footy calls when she don't like you. If she helped me, she should not wish that man should die. How many men get on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube and say, "Oh, women should die"? You heard a man say that? Never. Even a man get down dirty, he's like, "Man, maybe I messed up this time." But you get women say, "I hate on men. Oh, man should just, self-delete." You see what I'm saying? So the helpmeet switch was switched. The helpmeet is being the helping component. She helping somebody's kingdom to come against the image of Yah. Because I met a lot of men trying to be righteous and like I can't find a good woman to work with me. And if they mess up, they take the wrong woman. You're gonna find you're gonna find the hard way that she was just there for the ride for a minute, and all this time she had some other brothers rocking with her and really making the most of her body. But she was like, "Oh, I've been single for so long, looking for a genuine good man." And a lot of good men being done dirty. And when I say good men, I mean men who are about that purpose. You work on your business, you work on your company. If you got a logistics business, you're working on that. I got a guy who imports vehicles, foreign vehicles. He was doing that. He met a girl, church girl. She was so sincere, showed me what she looked like. I was like, "Hey, she looks sweet." All this time she had two other guys she leading on and everything else. And the things came to view that she was moving this way. But the remorse is never there. For those men who want to be righteous on this planet, be careful because you have been made in the image of the Most High. And it's good to have a help meet, somebody who's on your team. But don't count on it these days because the help meet, unless she loves the Most High and she's on your program, she's useless because she's working for the kingdom of Hashatan as far as I'm concerned. That's what she's working for. But the thing is, unless you have aggressive discernment, you're not going to pick up on it because she's going to she knows how to bring those charms, the femininity and everything else. How many times you met a woman, you go into a relationship and all of a sudden there's a switch up, the bait and switch, like literally, and everything she used to giggle when you talk to her. She'll text you all the time randomly. And now all that stuff you're going to beg for. She knows what to do. But her master tells her, these are the tools you use to lure him in so I can destroy him. It's a lot of men. This message is for those men on their purpose, not for every man. We know this in, delinquent men that I'm not talking to y'all like guys who just about nothing, crime and everything else. No, we're not talking about that. I'm saying men on their purpose. The men on their purpose, each man on his purpose that I know have been done real dirty by a woman. And I know these people personally. So I believe that there is an agenda. The help me component got switched. A woman can be help me if she loves the Most High for real and she's on your program. She can't fake both these two things. And that's the part where men get undone on. She can fake those two things. She can fake them so well. You can be like, man, she been going to this church for so long. I love her. You know, everything I ask her to do, she just gets it done. She gets me. She gets me. 10 years later, 2 children. Oh, just got up and left. So there's no way to discern these things at all times. Sometimes these things happen to us because maybe we've not been perfect as a sense of, justice and judgment, the Most High, the way He move. But in light of as we get older, you can't be you cannot be smoked out like this. You know what I mean? You can't be just being your limbs getting shot off. At some point, you need to like, hey, sit down and recover. So if she don't love the Most High like that, like really like love the Most High, and on your program, she ain't worth that. She ain't worth that because a lot of people are not here to help me. A lot of women will not be help me because they feel entitled, and oftentimes they're turning to you because a lot of them are leaning towards the guys who exhibit evil tendencies, the guys who don't care about them, the guys who have sexually deprived, who just do some sexual deviances towards them. They love that. And if you're just on your purpose, you don't got time to experiment with sexual craziness. They lean towards those things, and you are boring. And they've seen this woman being exposed to all types of degeneracy and corn and like some stuff that you know, the righteous brothers I'm talking to, the ones I deal with, they don't watch porn like that. You know what I'm saying? So these women are toys and everything else. So she finds you boring anyway. So the moment she's on the up, she gone. So brothers, move carefully, respectfully, serve the Most High, and do the right thing. Peace, love, and blessings.